Why? Have you ever tried to bring up money with your husband? And before you even finish your sentence, the tension starts to rise. His body language shifts, your tone sharpens just a little bit, and suddenly what started as a conversation turns into silence. Or it could be a full blown argument. Money should not be the thing that divides your marriage. But if you don't know how to talk about it, sister, it definitely will. That's why today I'm going to give you the exact framework for how to talk to your husband about financial goals without starting a fight. Hello, I am Reese, and welcome to Her Money with Reese. I help Christian wives manage the money and support the vision together alongside their husband. Proverbs 15:1 says, "A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." That truth applies to marriage, and especially when it comes to your money. So today, I'll walk you through when to talk, which is what I had to learn, what to say, and how to create financial unity in your home. Why money conversations are so hard. Talking about money is hard because money is emotional. For some, money represents safety. For others, it represents freedom. And for many, it triggers fear of not having enough, making a mistake, or failing your family. And here's what I've noticed in couples that I coach. Husbands and wives often come from opposite perspectives. We were all each one of us, we were raised differently. So our beliefs about money are different. One may be the spender, the other may be the saver. One may thrive on taking risks, while the other feels safe only when every dollar has a plan. If you don't recognize those differences between you and your husband, it can feel like you're speaking two different languages. That's why so many money conversations end up as battles instead of bridges. But it doesn't have to be that way. I'm going to give you the framework. Step one, choose the right time. And this is where we struggled at the beginning of our marriage. As soon as my husband got home, I would just go blurting off stuff. I didn't realize at the time that he needed time to decompress from work. So I am encouraging you to choose the right time. If you feel like you just need to talk, you're going to have self control. Always choose the right time. Don't bring up money when the bills are overdue, when tempers are high, or when either of you are exhausted. That's a setup for a disaster and a setup for an argument. Instead, pick a calm moment, a Sunday evening when the house is quiet, a morning coffee date that you can begin your day with coffee, even a car ride where the pressure is lower. The key is this: make the conversation about vision, not about the crisis. If you only talk about money when there's a problem, guess what? Money will always feel like a problem because that's the only time you're talking about it. Step two, lead with love, not with lectures. Some wives, we have this mother nature, this loving nature. And so instead of us leading with love, we lecture them like they're our children. And that's absolutely not the way it's supposed to be. So instead of saying we need to stop spending so much money, try, honey, I've been thinking about our future and I sure would like it if we could sit down and dream together. Do you feel the difference? One approach puts him on the defensive, the other one invites him into the vision. Ephesians 4:2 says, "Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love." When you bring humility into money, you invite unity into your conversation instead of conflict and frustration. So just try to start your conversation with your husband with humility so that you won't invite the enemy into your conversation, which will lead to conflict and could also lead to silence. So step three, Use the dream goal plan framework. I love this. And as a matter of fact, if you have ever heard of Dave Ramsey, he had a host, I would say, is Chris Hogan. And I learned this concept from him. And a dream goal, a dream meeting, it gives you both something to work for. This is my favorite tool for couples. Dream together. My husband and I, we dream together. Like, it's nothing wrong with dreaming. What would we love our life to look like? And we talk about 5 years, 10 years, and we also talk about what do we want it to look like at the end of the year. So, like when January 1st comes in, we try to get away and we dream together. What do we want to accomplish by December the 31st? Just keep it light, have fun with it. Talk about travel, retirement, a home, what you want for your children, whatever excites you both. Set a goal. From those dreams, choose one or two priorities, maybe paying off debt, saving for a down payment, or just building your retirement. Make a plan. Agree on one small step. You can do that for this month. Pay $50 extra toward a debt, move $100 into savings, or cook at home twice a week and put the savings towards your goal. Dream, make goals. Plan takes the stress off bills and points you both towards your future. So instead of arguing about today's credit card bill, you could say, hey, if we want to take the kids on vacation next summer, what if we start setting aside $50 a week? Can we start doing that now? Suddenly, the conversation is about building memories and not about fighting about money. Step four, create safe money language. Agree on rules for your conversations. I know you've heard the term, the rules of engagement. We also need to set that in place for our marriage, our conversations. So you both need to agree on the rules for your conversations. Number one, no yelling, no blaming, no shaming. And also, don't bring up the past. If you've already dealt with that issue, don't throw that back up in his face. Leave it alone. If things get tense, reset with a phrase like, we're on the same team. And if emotions rise too high, then just hit the pause. Just stop. It's better to pause than to push through an argument. And depending on your marriage and your relationship, an argument can go on for days. So, conversation starters for this week. Here are three you can use right away. What's one financial stress you'd like us to fix this month? Ask him. If we had an extra $1,000, what would you love to do with it? What do you want our finances to look like 5 years from now? What do you want them to look like after Christmas? Ask him. Simple questions, but they open the door to deeper connections without accusations and without blame. Wife, you and your husband are on the same team. Don't let money turn you into opponents. Money fights, destroys marriages. The way you talk about financial goals will either build walls or build bridges. Remember, do it together. So here's my challenge for you. Schedule one calm conversation this week. Start with a dream, narrow it to a goal, and then agree on just one small step. Because remember, you are a team and don't get discouraged if it feels awkward at first, especially if you and your husband have not talked about money together in the past. This may feel awkward, but do not allow the enemy or your feelings to stop this from happening. New habits, they take time, but with practice, peace will come. I assure you, peace will come. If this message blessed you, I'd love for you to do three things for me. Click like and subscribe, and drop a comment telling me what financial goal you and your husband are working for on this year. We don't have that much time left, but put in the comments and let me know if you were able to have this conversation with your husband or if you felt uncomfortable with your husband having this conversation. Whatever your feelings are, if you think that you can be a blessing to someone else, Drop a comment. Maybe you and your husband have gone through things and now you're currently on the same page when it comes to your money. Drop a little line in the comments so you can help another sister. We are here to build each other up, and I am here to save marriages because money is one of the leading causes of divorce, and we're going to stomp the devil in the head right now. So just drop a comment and do not forget to grab my free financial reset starter kit in the description. It will help you align your goals and your budget with God's wisdom. Remember, when you and your partner talk about money with love, you're not just managing finances, you're building peace, unity, and most of all, you're building a legacy for your family. Wife, let me leave you with this. Never forget this. And if you read your Bible, if you grew up in a Christian home, if you went to church as a child, you've heard this. A house divided cannot stand. And money, if you leave it unmanaged, that will cause division. If money is left unmanaged, it will try to divide what God has joined together. And it's not the money, it's our response to the lack of money. It's the response of one of us making decisions about money without telling the other. So, sister, we are going to leave a legacy and we are going to support our husbands in the missions that we and the visions that we've come up with together. Unity is possible, peace is possible, legacy is possible. If you and your husband are ready to stop fighting about money and start building a financial life together, I invite you to book a call with me. We offer a couples cohort designed to help husbands and wives get on the same page financially. We do not want to see homes and marriages and families destroyed because of money. We would be honored to walk alongside you in this journey. Allow God to use us, the things that we've been through, to be a blessing to you and your marriage. Money is paper, it's coins, but that little thing, it has life. That's why it grows in the stock market. It can destroy your marriage. And if you're here and if you're listening to me, and if you and your husband can't get on the same page, you're arguing about money, you're frustrated about money, you have your own account, he has his own account, call me, book a call. I'm telling you, God can use my marriage to my husband to be a blessing to your marriage. You need someone to walk beside you. If you do, book a call. It would definitely be an honor to walk alongside you in your financial journey. Because when you and your husband are united in vision and finances, sister, nothing can stop what God has for your family. So don't wait. Take that first step today. And remember, money doesn't have to divide you and your husband. It can be the very tool God uses to draw you closer together and strengthen your marriage so that you can bless someone else. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. And don't forget, I'll be right back here next week with another message to help you manage the money and support the vision together alongside your husband. Until then, keep walking in wisdom, keep building unity, and keep trusting that God has more for your marriage and your money. I'll see you next week. Thanks again for watching.